did the taxes, and never knew where Odessa was. We know the family deal, we lost to do the taxes.
I know it.
So,
Well, I'm gonna let you holler at Mark.
I go up to the courthouse and check it out, and they don't have nothing for other cattle parish, and here it is. I said, well, could
I hope so too. Well, here's Mark.
I tell Hardy we're gonna go up
Hey.
to Odessa and just give them time till we can see.
Oh, nothing, just got in.
Well, I went up there one time and said, I don't think it's big enough to put your foot on.
Yeah, just me. I went over to visit my
I
dad.
said, well,
I've been over there a couple hours, left Mom over here,
I've
and
been paying taxes.
just got back.
I said, how long
I
you
hate
been
about
taxing?
your foot,
He said,
man.
They picked up my name a long time ago and started billing me and said, I paid them.
That was when you worked in Texas.
Yeah, paid them $8.25 last year on taxes, so
So, are you paying?
went on up to there and I had an envelope, Odessa wrote on it, had everything I needed to, and I get out.
What is it?
There,
Do they give you anything for pain? Does it hurt?
Up there is real old, sharp as a tack. Just as sharp as that. So I stop him, he gets at the post office, and I show him a map. And he said, you need to go
Yeah,
over
that's
there and talk
standby.
to so-and-so at the community center. Okay. We get in the car, drive right across the railroad track. We talking to the lady at the community center. Same old man walks in the back door. He's in charge of the other end of the building he just sent me to. So I'm sitting there, and I started out again. And I said, look, it's on Chandler Street,
Oh, man.
it's on Lee Street. And said, we were over here, and said, we were driving on State Line Road. They said,
Yeah.
well, this is Arkansas. And said, that State Line Road is Texas.
Dang,
I said,
man.
well, all I know is in Odessa. He said, there's a bunch of Chandlers live over in Ada. Ida, or wherever that is. The woman picks up the phone and said, Eva? I got over here looking for this. You know that about Chandler? Yeah. So I said, well, you tell them, please stay there. Here's part of my history that fell out with a name on it I made. And so we shot on over to Ada. We go in there. I go in, the mayor's standing there, the woman behind me.
You just know that your
I get all
foot's
my
messed
stuff
up.
out and they start talking about it. And he was 70 years old. And he said, can you
Good.
stand right over, see that house back down there? I said, yeah. He said, that is, something Dean. He said, he was mayor before I took over. He knows everything. Go talk to him. I said, okay. And let me tell you what he said. When I was explaining, I said, we thought it was Odessa. I said, but I
How often do you have to take that Cipro? Once a day or twice a day?
He said, where are you from? I said, Shreveport. He said, where's that? I mean, he just hit me in the butt. He said, I don't know where Shreveport is. He knew where it is. I didn't know where Odessa was. And I made him mad.
Well, that Cipro is,
He
what they
said,
give
"Go right
everybody for
over there and
anthrax.
just walk right on in." He
That's a real
called this
strong
thing.
antibiotic,
This
and
guy, he said,
it should,
"Set him over."
if nothing else, not, if nothing, that or Zithromax are the two real strong ones, and if they don't knock it out, then they have to do something else with it. But
They said, go over there to so-and-so, this is whatever Dean. I can't remember the first name. That's Dean. So go right over there and said, now he's got a couple of big
Just
dogs
'cause-
in the
yeah, it's so
yard,
strong.
and they'll run at you.
And,
Say, well, they ain't gonna bite you because they'll think you're there to see them.
That's my words I use.
So I go over there and this guy comes to the door. He's 90 years old and as sharp as a tack.
no,
And he
it
starts
doesn't
talking
make you
about
feel any
Chandler. He
different.
picks up the phone. He says, "Well, the Evans over here looking for the property. Wasn't there a Chandler that lived there?"
Well, good.
So anyhow, they get it all straight.
Well, I'll let you get back to your recovery.
Man, I don't want to get into this. I said, if you can just tell me where it is, I'll show you. So, okay.
I know, I talked to a friend of mine
That's like me.
today, he's taking care of my cat, and he said it snowed again last night up there. It was 8 degrees, supposed to be 0 tonight, so we're going
And
back
I
to,
tell him the story.
to some
I said,
cold
"Brother,
weather."
paying taxes on it." He said, I'm going to tell you something about your property. If you pay taxes on it, you've lost money.
yeah. It's supposed to be,
Go down to Alabama
in
Street.
the teens in the morning, I think.
And there it is. I told
Here.
Charlotte if I stepped off into my property to pee, I'd drop 40 feet and rip all the clothes off. Just damn briars.
All right,
And what the
All right,
story
sir.
was, and he tells me the
Okay.
story.
bye.
There's a whole section of these things, a subdivision. And when you look at it on the map, it looks like downtown. And we got the biggest lot, 50 feet across. Me and they're 25-foot lot. And this Mr. Dean said, there was a fall scare over in Odessa. So everybody run over here and bought land. And they split them up into 25-foot lots to sell more so this group could get enough money to dig a well. But the oil played out before it got here. But see, he got the, you know, my mind's running wild. So this thing is backed up to Standard Oil property on royalty subdivision. Royalty subdivision, Standard Oil. Oh man, I'm a rich man. So anyhow, that's a story though. I took pictures of it. I said, I'm gonna take a picture of a big, beautiful building and send it to Hardy and say I found our property.
Hardy wasn't with you.
No, Joanne. But this old man gets
Does
in
it
the
in
car.
fact belong to y'all?
Yes.
But how,
But you
now, what are the measurements?
50 foot by, I don't know how many feet back. I mean, I
That
got it
like
in
a
the car. They
house?
didn't know where it was at the courthouse. They said, here it is. And there it goes. They said, I don't know where it is. I said, how about Rodessa? I think it's Rodessa. Anyhow, I get in with this old man, and he's talking, just a kind of nice fella, you can say, and he said, you know, Standard Oil, he's telling me the story of the boom, because see, I've got 2 sheets of stock dated 1913 that he had. One was his Big Bear Oil Company, Big Bear, and the other one's in something else, and I thought it was Standard Oil. And then when I get up there, oh, this is Standard Oil, but I had it checked out to a group in New York, so they'd never heard of it. So we're driving back to this old man. He said, we used to have Standard Oil, used to have a big building right down there, and said, when it went out of business, we lost 40 jobs. I said, yeah, when it go out? He said, 1953. He takes me around, he shows me his wife, his brother-in-law's house, and his brother-in-law died 20 years ago. But his brother had a gas well. See, he tell me all this oil and gas stuff. And his well pumps just enough for them to run it in their house. He runs over natural gas. Everything in the house runs over natural gas in one house. His well's big enough to support one house.
Well, that's pretty
And he's
good.
mad because the parish tore up his pipe. They had to come back. He took it on around and come back. And when we got just about this house, we thought we were going to drop it out. He was talking about cockfighting. He said, have you ever been to a rooster fight? I said, no. I said, he said, well, you know, we got it right here. I said, it's really just more of a family thing. They just do it. And Joanne has talked to me how she thinks that's the most
I do too.
coolest thing. But, and this old man, we're riding along. And he said, let me take you up here and show you where the cockfight arena is. He said, it's right up by Arkansas. Now, we done made a 5-minute trip. Now we're going to go make another trip. And we do. Nothing's out of 3 miles from one another, no matter where you went. We go up to Arkansas, and there's a big cockfighting arena. It's a big barn with game room or something on it. So when we're coming back, I'm looking back, I know Joanne just fuming, because she just hates hearing about the cockfighting.
I've heard to all those dog
And
fights.
this old guy's driving.
Broke up that mess down there.
We're driving along, and this old man said, you know, my wife never did like cockfighting, but I said, I'd rather see him out there fighting than going along in a Tyson food truck. He said he'd rather be out fighting than be called off in a Tyson food truck. He was sharp as a
Slim
tack.
Evans was.
Well, did you ever
That's Mommy
Yeah.
and Uncle Slim.
find out what you got? Yeah, and what it's worth and so forth.
Well, you can't throw a 10 on it and you can't back nothing on it without it dropping off and having to come along to suck you back up on a little old road that's as big as right through here.
Is it timbered?
No, it's briar. This damn briar.
And downhill?
Well, you know, you look down this road and it's just briars. So as I turned the road in, so it passed up.
You know what Jordan said, Joanne? There is a dream place to sit our home.
That's what I'd see. I'd build a road.
See, have the front porch and then have to have the rest of it on stilts.
You'd have to. You'd have to, if you had something to pull your car in, you'd have to have it
No,
all
you could
back on
have 3
stilts.
stories back.
You'd have to have it on stilts. But see, our property just fell off and the rest of it at least floated on up. But it's just briars, you know, high briars, right to that. And they never developed a subdivision. They marked it off to drill a well.
Yeah, and never finished.
Boy, the gas, like he said, the gas played out coming over to Ada from
It didn't get
Odessa.
that far.
It didn't make 6 miles. A watershed that makes 6 miles.
Oh, tell me, Larry, didn't y'all have some land at Corinth though?
Yeah, we sold that years ago.
Well, but it was worth something.
Well, not really, but you know,
It
when
was
you
too
just
far
have,
out, wasn't it?
yeah.
And that was a booming oil. All
Well,
of
see,
that in there.
the people stealing the lumber off of it. We just,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
you just have to go there.
Get
and
rid
shoot
of it.
I went over to my own place, had a postage sign. We went over there one time, and some old man had fenced the whole 65 acres off, was running cattle on it.
Because that's the way they do
Remember
it.
And the
yeah.
lawyer said, well, go talk to him, let him do it, cause he's keeping it eat down. He said, if he'll just give you $1 or something and pay the taxes,
Yeah.
it'd be legal for him to have it. That way he won't claim it, fall dead, and his heirs fight you over it. And we went and said, if you'll pay the taxes and give us $1 a year, and he said, no, I'll take my fence down. Took the whole damn-
You are kidding.
Took a 4-string barbed wire fence off 65 acres rather
Boy,
than
them
pay that.
people, I wouldn't want to live
Hey,
on them.
look, it's a scary deal.
Mark's got a negative of this too.
Really?
It's in that portfolio pictures I
Yeah.
sent you.
But did you ever,
And I
you're
think-
the one that didn't get to see the portfolio.
Uh-uh.
Yes, you did.
You said portfolio.
All the pictures.
I saw that.
Yes,
I saw
yes. And over
And
yonder.
this says
and-
Easter
And I'm
Sunday.
not gonna get them out tonight. Over yonder is all the Evans.
Arthur residence.
Well, I'm gonna just organize.
Yeah, I'm
that,
gonna just
but
say-
it's something we can all throw out in one
It'll
book,
it'll
rather.
take the rest of our life. I'm not kidding.
If I ever get through that one, I got another. I got 85-pound sack.
Hello.
Drag out.
Bless, thank God. Thank God.
Went through the door and it had that, the
Oh,
back was closed.
it'll make you know, my reading was, he'll give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways.
It's a-
And you do not know. You praise him because you don't know what he saved you from.
When they drive
You
up
may have gone on down the road and got killed.
new husbands. So they can't come in.
Well, that's why-
New husband. And all
And
these years,
that's
we
why
just
I
had-
don't, I tell you, you know that I don't get disappointed and I don't pitch a fit when things don't go my way. Cause he's watching over us. And that I thank him for. And you had said I don't wanna go and that just worried me to death. Didn't get that off my mind.
That lady said
I know you did. I know you did. But what I'm saying is, when you feel like that, I hope, please keep Ed safe.
All right.
and you walk up to the canal.
And you had said, if it said it's going to be bad, I'm not, bad weather, I'm not going.
And you walk up to the head of the street there.
Well, I know she was just glad you were safe and everything was okay with her,
We
wasn't it?
walk up there and watch them set up barricades at night and all the military police.
Well, I never told a
Oh,
soul.
yeah, I can remember those white uniforms,
Oh,
the naval
Yeah.
people. Yeah, they were service people. And they were checking IDs. I remember that as well.
Yeah, it's funny how things just certain things. Lime is, yeah.
yeah. 'Cause you-
Lime or lime.
I guess you'll have to go
Family call
back.
them lime.
That's
That's
Lime.
the story behind that.
What I'm thinking, you'd have to go back up there anyway and decide about the
Oh,
truck,
yeah.
wouldn't you?
You might have to make another land rush.
Let me tell you, Daddy told me he was
Yeah.
born in Sparta, Louisiana.
Well,
And he said, he always said there's no more Sparta. So, I'm off, I told you about the story with Gene Harris.
I
It was
just,
something
You found-
I've
thank
never
God.
been around. Ran across Old
Oh,
Sparta
no,
Cemetery with driving by.
that's,
And
minor.
we go in there.
I mean,
and
when
they
your
have,
life's at stake.
I noticed there's
Honey,
three
you don't know how
Confederate
glad I am. I
flags
don't even
on
know
the
what
roof
time
that
it is, but I was
Confederate
waiting for
flag.
you to call.
But some of the tombstones, the
You
oldest one I
did.
saw, we didn't see, look at nearly all of them,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it
Yeah.
got born in
Well,
1811.
I'm just so thankful
So
you're
you have
home
a
Did you
bunch
tonight. I
find
don't know
any
what to
evidence
do.
in there?
No.
Oh, we'll all be, because we're all upset.
About it. I'll tell you one sad thing.
That's Laird's,
If you ever
Laird's here, and
go to
Sophie's here, and boy, they got it rolling and
it would have a
growing.
lamb on the
Gets
top.
bigger every minute.
Remember that? I saw two of them side by side, the same people, child died, a year
Yeah.
apart. You know, just small children.
In the event something else happened. Yeah.
They had a
That's
place
right.
over here where they'd have the.
That's
funeral,
right, and
a
what,
place
and I'm
over
glad
where
you
they'd have
did, because if
dinner.
something had happened, I said, well, he was on his way home.
Down there at Daddy's.
And, so anyway, I said, I called him and he just
And
told
they
me.
had business meetings.
But however, I just thank God over and over and over, and I know I'll sleep better tonight. That upset me yesterday
They
evening.
all got together and all this shit.
No, do you think you will tonight?
You know, we, as kids,
And Will, Paul,
It shook you, honey. You know, when I fall, like I fall down,
and he was the
it
one
shakes
that
my
kept
brain and
fixing
everything.
the
I have a headache. Sometimes a thing like that can make you just sore all over. But you got
the
shook.
dark side of the humor.
Uh-huh. Oh, you just so you're not bleeding, you think, oh, I'm not hurt, I'm not hurt.
Baptists just can't drink from other Baptists.
And it slowed Kelsey. Yeah, it was good. Had no color to it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've drank it.
Yeah, well,
You know,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to have it.
the real stuff is just a little mason jar.
Yeah, it was.
Uh-huh. I know, minutes didn't mean a thing to you. I know the feeling. I went through it that once. Oh, and that's enough for me. You're explaining, and I didn't know anything for a long time, till bedtime. I
There's
didn't
a
get
lot
my
of
head
names
right.
have been changed around through the system.
And there was two sisters, and one of them carried, it was a pillowcase under her arm all the time.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Daddy didn't want to take us for money.
Well, I'm satisfied now.
A boy. she
And
got
look, and I do hope you have a good night. A good
That's what Mom
night.
did. But she was old, see, when I,
Well, you know, all these people that I thought. When
Now,
feel
you
like
were
us,
in
the
one
kids
more
in these
dilemma.
pictures, Billie and all them, they're just, you know, young people. I just
No,
never
and you
pictured being young.
just have to take it by the bull by the horns and make your own decision.
You know, I'm sure it's worse for me now, but you just see all these pictures and
Yeah,
think
that was all you
have
could
the same
do.
lives we had, you know, they're just
Sure.
out trying to make
Thank
it.
you, thank you, thank you. And they'll all be glad, because they were waiting to hear. Ah, me. Well, honey, thank you for calling me, and I'll announce it. All right, sweetie. Bye.
Source of information.
Billy.
Let's hear. Spill it.
You know, Ed was on his way to his mother's.
Yeah, well, he's all right, isn't he?
He called me this morning and told me he's on his way home. And not to tell it, not to breathe it. But, because he didn't want nobody worrying about it. And he was in 200 miles of his mama's house, but he said it totaled the truck. But he rented a car, and he just said, I just called Mama, you know, his mother.
But he came on back.
He said, and he told me, he said, don't tell Kathy or Essie, but I'm on my way home. I said, I won't read it. And he said, I'll call you when I get there. And he said he shocked him. Shocked Kathy. But he
Well,
said,
did they know he had a wreck?
they knew he had a wreck. And that was all. And that he
didn't
wasn't
get
hurt. He didn't get hurt.
That's amazing.
He didn't hurt anybody. Alan must have thought it must have been that black ice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now Ed, he told me something that bothered me though. He had it said in cruise, and I don't know how fast. And he said all of a sudden, I just wondered if he went to sleep. He said all of a sudden it threw out of cruise, and he was just running down a ditch. And trees, he said, took off both fenders.
Shit, he went between it.
And just totaled his truck.
Well, you know, my deal.
But
is
he's
if
thinking-
that's all you got, tore up property.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
He said, I was just in shock, I didn't know what to do. I said, he said, I just laid down there at that motel and he said, I went to looking for he said, I didn't know nothing. And said, until a man said, a wrecker's on the way. And he said, all of a sudden there was the wrecker. He said, now I don't know where my time went there. And he said, when the police came, I'm searching for my insurance cards. And while I was searching, they handed them back to me. And he said, that's just how addled I was, in shock. And he said he wouldn't forget that feeling. He said his hand was swollen, with finger hurt. I mean, it's broke, maybe broke, and he had said he had a sore neck last night, and he said tonight I had a terrible headache.
Is he
but
going to the doctor?
I don't think so.
He sure ought to.
Yeah.
He said, I'm just so glad to be home, I don't know what to do. And he's in a rent car. He said, I told my mother that I would have to come back up there and see about the truck, see? And,
Well, that insurance adjuster advised him on it and settle it. You don't have to
They're
go back up
agreed.
there and
They
see about it.
agreed.
well, he's gonna try to go see her. See, the night,
Like you, he tried it once, didn't work.
he said, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. But tonight, the Monday evening,
Before he left?
came over here and buried Grizzly, and come in here and I made coffee, and he sat here and drank 2 cups, called Kathy and said, I'm just tired, I'm gonna sit here with Billie.
He
Yeah.
might have gone to sleep.
Yeah.
Alan thinks he did. He said he didn't forget that there was ice up there. He said, I just really, of course, that black ice,
Well, then.
they say you can't even see it, looks like asphalt.
It's just like the road's
Well,
wet.
you know, right over there by town south, you get out on the highway, headed back toward town, that first clear post, you turn left, look across the lane, that's mine. I bought it, clipped it completely off. Left, god darn, left, come by LSU, started out, it was, I could see pouring down rain that way and drive the pin that way, so I was gonna try to stay ahead of it, and then the rain caught me. And me and another car was the only one on the road, it was just, couldn't see, and we were down to 35 miles an hour. And I come along, I eased over to the right to get in the turn lane, turn at town south, and that darn car just seemed like it lifted up and took off. And I'm headed towards the post, and I'm thinking, it's like I go into slow motion.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
it is.
thinking, you know, at the rate I'm going, if I keep moving, I'm gonna miss that thing. And boy, it just didn't move, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit it. It jarred the hell out of me.
Ah,
And
bet.
I realized the bottom of that post hadn't come down, and all of a sudden that thing hit right in the windshield and hung. And then it seemed, I slid through the grass, old tall
Hey.
green grass. and I'm thinking, you know, if somebody pulls out there and stop, I'm gonna hit them, because I'm still sliding. And all of a sudden, I hit a guide wire. It went straight up the guide wire. Okay, first thing I do, I get on my cell phone, on my floor phone, I call a wrecker. I call Benny Goodwin to come get me. Here's where I'm gonna be if you don't hear from me again. I call a wrecker, and they're coming, and all of a sudden somebody comes to the door, pouring down.
Probably
rain.
will, and maybe
Master Butler,
take Billie
you all
over there
right?
and
Yeah, I'm all right. Was hit by them water poured
there
in,
yet.
and all of a sudden, you all right? Hell,
I do,
all right.
I do.
And
So I'll give her
and
about
then
30
I hit
minutes
it
to call
again,
her.
and they come down. I'm just losing power. So everybody sees me sitting out there, and that rain beat me to
You talking about
death.
it being in slow motion?
Yeah.
I ran into that tornado.
Well, see, I got hit by all
That's
the
right.
airbags
Somebody
too.
said she
It was
just
just-
blew up.
Here's like, see, I'm driving down,
Like,
Highway
Right
Well,
there,
there,
develop
you
at Walmart,
and all of a sudden
And
I
you
was following
can-
his truck.
you
And
can see the
it was
progression
just total
with those
black.
3.
I passed someone
And
on
the first one,
Highway,
they're all
lights
smiling.
down.
And
And
the
I was
second one,
following
their
that
smiles
truck.
faded. And that third
And I said,
picture,
well,
they
I
just
think-
all, they got a frown.
Right, him
Billie's got her
because
head
he's on the
down.
road, you know.
You have to, we're gonna send you a
And
set of them.
all of a sudden he went up, and I said, oh shit, and then I went
And then the
up.
other ones
And
that
he
Savannah's
started
tearing out
this,
from
and I
beside
said,
that
well,
bed
here
and trying
I
to get out
go.
of there.
That's about the way you.
And all of a sudden it was just, and I,
We're gonna send you
I
a
can't-
set.
this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh Lord. And I reached back, and the last thing I had done before I left home was throw an napkin in the back seat. And I picked that napkin up, took my glasses off, laid them in my lap, and wrapped it in that napkin.
Well,
But
Sophie and
I was in a fan
Laird are
emotion
sitting
there for
over
a
here
while. I
talking.
kept thinking, these
Sophie
cars
and
are gonna
Laird.
hit me. And see, I would see these headlights, and
And
then I
Laird
see,
too.
and when I saw my car, I came down in front of that old service station down there.
Wait, when you were going along though, what did you hit?
I didn't hit anything.
Not yet.
It was hitting me.
Laird brought a bunch of
My
fantastic
car.
pictures, so I'm sitting here looking through them.
I told Ricky when that's the only person I get in touch
Doing
with.
that.
It was Ricky Dahl, that Scott's old friend, to come. I said, you're going to have to come get my car.
I'm planning on it.
Charge station. And I said, it's just on 4 flats. That's all I could see. When I got out of there, this man in this brand new
Yeah.
Toyota truck. He said, get in, lady, I'll, you know.
That'd be,
And I
that'd
said,
be
well,
great.
wait a minute, I've got to get the keys out of my car.
All right, sir. I'll
He
talk.
said,
Okay. Bye.
lady. He said, that thing could turn around and come back this way. And about that time, these people was crawling out of that ditch. They big truck. And I said, well, you don't
That was
understand.
Uncle Si.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got office keys.
I think he keeps wishing he was
And
with
I've
us.
got to have them. Well, do you know that, change program? When they got my car, it was laying on the seat. Nobody ever bothered it. And it had money in it. And Savannah had given me this old flat iron, and it was in the back floorboard. And it was sitting up on the back of the seat. If it could come forward, it would have killed me. But boards had whammed me in the head. I'm telling you, I had every glass in that car went except the windshield. And on the back where the window was, there was plywood from that Don's portable building thing. It was just like it had been made into that window. That was a glass, and all I had was a piece of glass here and some in my face, and the worst was in my elbow. And we got to Willis Night and South. That man, he said, where do you want to go? He said, now lady, I'll take you where you know, but we couldn't get through there. I said, well, I live in Grand County, and I was trying to get home to see about my cats. I shouldn't have said that. Enough, you remember Eber? He said, well, I'll take you. I said, well, just take me to Shreveport Hospital. I said, you know, I'll just get somebody. Couldn't get in touch with Kendall then. Kendall then was holed up over there in that
Don't ever get touched
Circle
with
K
me.
over there on Burt Coons and Baird Road. And people screaming. I had never heard such carrying on. I said, what? Oh, is that many people hurt? I had my head on my old wet Afghan dragging it. And they said, no, they're just hysterical. So there's nobody hurt. And I thought about Grace's brother and them has that Town South Concrete over there.
Right.
I said, has anybody come in here by the name of English? And I said, it's my nephew's in-laws, and they live right across from Charles. They said, no, we don't know of anybody here by that name. And they took me in the bathroom, and she said, let me get you out of these wet clothes. And she took me, well, the lights went out. And all I could hear was glass dropping. And got those clothes off, and she put me in the hospital gown. And I said, she said, be careful how you walk. We might cut our feet. I said, okay, well, sitting on a stretcher. And I sat there, and I got my purse, and I got my comb out. I combed those glass out of my hair. And I said, if y'all would give me some tape. And they said, okay, well, they gave me some tape. I sat there and picked the glass out of my face. I had Carmax in my purse. And I put Carmax all on my face. It was just... And they running and running and running and running. And I said, do you know if anybody got killed? And somebody down there at Four Forks?
Yeah.
Okay. She said, yeah, down at Four Forks. I said, well, you know, she said, it was just a Mexican. And I'd give her one more going over. I cussed that woman. I said, you crazy son of a bitch. I said, that was a human being. Well, anyway, I sat there on that stretcher, and they pushed me off in the side room, and I said, I'm just going to lay down and go to sleep. I had food with Ken, I think it was nerves. And they said, oh, she said, shock. And I said, no, I'm tired. They went to x-ray my head and my elbow and everything. And Dr. Parikh recognized me. He was the one that set Kendall Sue's ankle at Willis Night and North. He said, I know that lady. And he said, I'm going to check you in the hospital. And you can get Fred Robertson to check you out tomorrow if you can get some activity.
Now, Sophie, I got diet drinks.
No, I got to go.
Coffee?
And in the meantime, Kendall Sue was calling the sheriff's department, hunting me. And old Allen, his last name was Allen, she cut his hair all the time. And he finally told her, he said, Kendall, would you quit calling? We are hunting a lost baby. And she, old Kathy, her old friend, she called Kathy, her old friend, and Kathy was having the radio play songs for me. And call if you hear this. Kristen play for me. Oh, yeah, I was sitting there in the hospital. And I called Kristen. That's the only one I can get in touch with besides Ricky Dawg. And I told her, I said, Kristen, I'm sitting down here in South Park. I've been in this tornado. I said, you'll just have to tell them at work I'm not coming tomorrow. And when Ken Sue finally found me, and I said, well, bring me some clothes. And, you know. And I left out of there looking like Channel 12 won't interview me. I said, hell no. I said, go. And the Red Cross wanting to pay my hospital bill. I said, I don't need anything.
Just to get home.
And they gave me this bill for all this medication I was supposed to have. And Tylenol, $1.50 of Tylenol. I said, lady, I didn't take Tylenol. Oh, yes. I said, I didn't take anything. I said, and if I had taken Tylenol, I would have had diarrhea. I said, because I can't take it. They took that off my bill.
Well,
That was the biggest mess.
when I got through sliding up down guide
I know
wires,
it.
the car was full of smoke. The airbags had
Oh,
gone
yeah.
off and
Well,
knocked
see,
my
there
head,
was no such thing as
knocked my
baby.
head off. The pole wasn't
You
nothing.
know,
I know.
the reason I know how Ed feels, when this bridge was closed and I was
It
having,
didn't hurt your nose, your glasses.
No, I
It's a
didn't. I
wonder.
wasn't wearing glasses. But I
Oh, thank
always
you.
said if a guy was smoking a cigar or wearing glasses, they'd have to stomp his ass out because it'd drive a cigar right down your throat. Your glasses right down. I'm gonna have to go.
I got to go. Well, you know, I said, the thing about it,
please try to.
first new car I had in years,
Put all that back in his
got the
house.
title on the 1st of October.
Yeah.
Took it out on the 15th of November.
You have a baggie you can put some of
Oh, I
that
had do.
Who's that?
Oh, what, a special thing or just a
in?
bag?
Something to put.
No, that's not in part of that. Cause I'm gonna have to get a.
I
deal
thought
put
I
on
was
that
in
into
bad
that book.
shape,
Yeah, this whole thing just falling apart.
but it's Laird he's got more to do than I've got to do.
Yeah.
Laird, I've been working at it for 3 years.
You can sneeze
And
and
what
blow
kind of
this shit, bump a
information are we
bucket,
trying
like this.
to,
Well, we need to do this for our children. We need to, if we don't, we're faulty.
Well, the only thing that bothers me is every time I see somebody putting all their stuff together, they're worried about their health. You know, so
Yeah, I said, Reba,
well, I got mine to stroke from hell to breakfast. Now,
You know,
I was
I
gonna put
got
it in neat boxes and then I said in neat albums,
You'll
and then I
get
said
this.
I'll just divide it up, 50 pounds in that box, 50 pounds. in that
yeah, and I
box.
was doing the same thing, and it got bigger than I could do.
Well, I hope y'all will
That's
write
exactly
on
right.
the back of
It was so
the date and
overwhelming.
everything,
Okay.
Till I
And
couldn't
the
go no further.
circumstances.
And look under that table in there, 3.
And then we will not show them to anyone, so
But I
they
do
can read
have
it.
some things that I want you to look through when you come.
If I could ever,
But you got something past all of it.
I'm going to talk to Hardy and let him look through all that, then I'm gonna take those things and if I have to cut the black part out with them and put them in something and that's it.
No, baby, well, I
From
got,
then on, I can throw it out here and y'all
Well, wait a
look at
minute,
it.
get those protector sheets and put them down in it.
Oh,
but now I do have, like a bag, too. You better take that home in a bag. 'Cause you
Yeah.
may lose some more of it.
All pictures will fall out and stuff.
Well, I'd have got the
At
bag.
least the Kroger bag is not Walmart bag.
yeah, we're on title that picture, the last family reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Mark,
The last,
you know
the
what I
last
told,
gathering.
you know what I told Laird? Yeah, I said, Spanish said, oh, I'm enjoying my family. I said, ooh, a family reunion.
And
But
then
I
it's time
told
for us to leave.
Laird, I said, y'all come back to do that again, you're on your own.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
I said, Laird has it more valuable than I do.
I don't know, and Laird doesn't know, and Debbie doesn't know.
hey, which one is that? No, I was gonna take that over to Minnie Lou's and see if she could show it.
Don't know, those are the don't know.
All right.
What, children? When y'all coming back? This was
No.
Let me get my
surprise.
book in real quick.
Is this okay, or?
The picture taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got them. I've been trying to make piles get
You know,
together.
I reminded me of a joke about that guy that started his mama. Something come up about colds and cough and everything, go to school. He said, look, my mama, when we were kids going to school, she learned how to cure the cough. the guy said, well, you mean she had some medicine for us? I said, no. Said every day for we got scared, Mama would feed us a big bowl of prunes, and we scared to cough all day. That reminds
Now,
me
if there's
of-
any loose ones, put them in here.
Okay, I can do
Well,
that.
you know, I've always heard that joke.
And where's the big?
Guy
The
with
big bag's laying here behind.
Okay, I'll put it all in.
Because he brought that, it was all folded together. But he's got a bigger job than I have.
And he said, how can that kid? It's the
I'll run over
reason.
there real quick.
Telephone post.
There was a big picture of him in a uniform that said Barry.
He's had it.
Barry.
And he said,
He loved it, they had bought it for him, he wanted one.
he said, yes, and he's
And then,
afraid of it.
if that's too big, I got a smaller one.
No, it's perfect because there's a big
He
picture.
can see through it, see?
Well, Chairman.
Who
Y'all,
you talking to?
them.
So, see,
That's what I was telling, we was talking about when we was all kids and we make Cyrus dress up to play and I'd carry Charlotte on my hip. Cause she was,
Did that come out
Allergic
there?
to
Grandma,
everything.
or
Yeah, it
was that
did.
here?
yeah,
no,
it
It
did.
came out of,
I
Okay,
have, I have.
mash it in.
I want you to know that your
Well,
mother
cause that is
completely
her name is Emma and she was
idolized
born
her
with
mama and papa. Did you show them that,
Emma.
Emma?
Yeah, that's what we've been looking at, wondering.
That's the strangest thing.
I wish we knew who.
There's that
Oh.
table again. Everybody I've ever
Oh,
seen
yeah,
has
that was
got
a-
their picture
Oh,
made on
oh.
that table.
I could just see
I'm
me
sure
and,
that's at a studio.
I could just see me
Yeah,
and
Probably
him,
Grable's.
No.
I can just see me and him swinging to
I can
center
see y'all too.
tone.
I can see y'all too, sweet.
Downtown, and I was Avalon
Cowboy
Studios.
boots,
Avalon.
man. Cowboy boots.
Sunny. I just remember Sunny.
Well, and him and Bonnie was close, see, he was close in age, and they'd come, Bonnie was my friend, and so was Sonny. And he brought his friend V.T. Thornton. He had a big old ranch up in Oklahoma and asked me to marry him. Made a mistake.
Just another one.
Made a bad mistake.
One day I was just aggravated. Ken told me, and I said, if I had my life to live on, I'd never have children. Billy said, I'd never marry.
Yeah.
Oh, give me those two.
Everywhere me and her go, they'll say, which one of y'all is oldest? So I told them, yeah, I said, well, they said, well, you know, why is she 90 something? And look go younger than you, and I said, she didn't have no kids.
Right, shit, I agree. I mean, Joe Ed, he was said today, well, Joe Ed's philosophy is, you can have things or you can have kids. You can't have them both.
No,
That's true.
and
You
you
got a
have a
bag?
good mind
No, that
for
wasn't in a
kids.
bag.
She brought it, there it is, right there.
Oh,
Well, I'm telling you,
Don't
We get
y'all be
up
laughing.
there.
life
Get up.
is something else.
Don't be laughing at me, for I'll smell that over the rest of my life.
Hey,
That's enough to
Well, one thing about it, you'll carry two friends.
I carry it, see my carry. And I would have thought that.
y'all will never be in a serious moment, look at one another without falling out laughing. That's what's sad about
I'll
this
never
thing.
forget that.
Who did we go to as kids to a funeral that was a military funeral? Somebody in this family where they fired the gun. We just I remember, I was really excited about the gun deal where they fired the gun. Who would we have gone to? Because I remember all of us and the parents saying, don't y'all get next to that fence, and we all lined up, the fence fell, and we rolled and cackled, and it was just out of control thing. I don't know, it might have been on Daddy's side of the family, but when that fence broke, hey, there
Well,
was
look, all
guns,
of them
we
was-
rolled and laughed and
I
cackled.
think all of
and
them were in the service.
yeah,
I believe it was
And I
me.
guess they,
I only went to one. I don't remember one.
Maybe that was
Never got
Uncle, maybe that was
right.
Uncle Joe.
Never went to another funeral. I don't know. I just remember they shipped somebody home, and we went to the funeral. And I just remember a white fence, us following against it, just giving away, and we all fell out, shit hit the fan. I took another beating.
let me
Well,
tell
I'll
Mark
tell you
about
what, there ain't been another family like ours.
Well, I remember the time I burned the big tree down in front of Aunt Margaret's house, and Mama had me out holding me in one arm and beat me on the other one. There was the other one trying to put on a show for y'all to show justice was being carried out. Whipped my butt up. That's where they lived behind the hill at Grandpa's house. Remember that behind
And
that?
Margaret,
Yeah.
Mark lived there and Elsie and JT lived there.
Really?
I tell you.
Well, this was ain't Morgan. They had a big pine tree in the field
Yeah,
out front,
yeah.
and I was trying to light a vine. I was about this tall. I was trying to light my vines. I was smoking vines, and the wind was blowing. So somebody tried to chop that tree, and it had a hole back in it, and had all that rich sap in it. Which
Yeah.
So I put straw in it and set it on fire, and it was like igniting a stove. That tree exploded.
You know, we all couldn't wait to get down on that hill.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures that somebody made of us standing by that tree you're talking about.
Yeah.
Me and Jean by ourselves, and me and Jean and Reba.
Remember the creek was behind
Yeah.
that.
Killing me.
I believe the first
I just waking up at night, just zonked out.
And then Marty and
I
Tom.
was fine.
And we called Helen to get down
Yeah,
there
me
for
on
her
16 in
biscuits.
the morning, 6
Yeah, big old cat had biscuits with sawdust
And one
gravy.
night, one
They gave me-
Milk
they
gravy
gave
or sawdust
One night,
gravy.
she
Sawmill gravy.
saw me one night. We went and she said,
crazy.
and I was so sick of eating biscuits. And he said, I couldn't believe it. I said, Margaret, we thought they were rich.
Y'all didn't fuck
They
this
did.
night.
And I remember sticking wood in
Y'all
the
didn't
fire.
fuck
She
at
said,
me tonight.
I said, Margaret.
Daddy, love,
And
come
all
here,
of us
sweet
sweet precious
precious.
down here enough to eat. She said, None if you eat them every day.
Oh, yes, I love this
Well, see, I would have eat them every day and been miserable there.
And remember it had a crank phone by the door that it didn't work.
I know it, but that was her
And we should have
collection.
took it and kept it in the
Look,
thing.
she collected such as that.
What was that?
Always did.
Down at 8 Margaret's, down on the hill by Grandpa's, as you walk to the front door, there was a crank phone.
Marty,
Yeah, they had it between the houses.
I bet she,
Is that how it worked?
Yeah, Grandma and them would call down there. Yeah,
I didn't know it even
yes, it worked. It was hooked up to work between those two houses. Yes, it was.
Remember.
Let me have my coat, miss.
Well, let me hug everybody's neck. I'm out of here.
Yeah, but you know one thing?
Well,
Maybe
I'm
it makes
so
me proud.
glad you
Well,
You got more.
be honest with you, it was coming to visit you or go to the grocery store.
Well, hell,
I'll take y'all anytime. Look,
Marty,
big old
Laird,
boy.
I'm not gonna tell her until I get home and call.
Tell her what,
Joanne.
I'm not gonna tell her what you said
Yeah.
until I get home to call from Laird.
tell her.
Y'all won't be no response because she just rolls her eyes back her head. You won't hear nothing over the telephone.
Just say typical.
Just tell her what she missed yesterday.
Well,
No,
tell her
I'll
what
let
she
y'all
missed
tell that,
tonight.
'cause y'all have to tell that.
Tell her we did take Savannah off and.
She will have to see the
We
photo.
found out she had more sense than any of us.
She,
When she
Yeah,
said,
Laird's email.
when she said,
Yeah.
Charlotte said, I don't know what I was going to tell y'all. And she said, but this Essie run you crazy.
The
Oh, Essie got mad.
email.
I wish we had recording of that.
I do too.
Laird, do you
In your
want,
email, big and something.
568
Yeah.
at AOL.com.
do you want him to email you those three?
Yeah,
So
but
they're
let-
standing behind that bed?
Yeah, let me tell you, people seem to think I know more about running that computer
Ellen don't know nothing.
than as I put on. Cause Jennifer will say, did you get those pictures? No.
Alan said
You know how to get them off, don't you? No. I don't even know when they're there.
Alan said he lost everything.
Well, Kendall Sue blew hers out. He
I
sent
can
y'all's
email,
house.
and that's the end of it. And if something goes
He can't
wrong,
do that. He
if a
said,
strange picture comes on that machine, I'm out.
What if you get into the pornography?
he said, well,
Pornography?
you're not gonna change
It
that
would
off.
be by accident, but
Well, I
I wouldn't,
said
know,
you-
I wouldn't know how to get it off. if
Well,
I
you
got
did
into it.
save.
Yeah.
But old Alan said he couldn't type fast enough, and by the time he got back to him, they wasn't speaking to him.
Why don't we write all this down so we can
Well, I'll go back to
pass this on to the
I
grandchildren?
said I would
Nobody
shop
would
it
understand
again.
it. You have to be on a certain channel to pick up on all of
Well,
this.
that's right.
You really do, you know? You gotta know the history now.
Don't do anything.
You make a list.
You gotta know the history
And I
now.
have to go to Books Me Anyway. I love to go there.
Where?
Books Me Anyway.
Yeah.
That was all the book.
I got a book one time trying to find out what's wrong with Joanne's family, and damn, they took my book. I thought they had wrote it. I got to looking at it. They took my
Are
book.
you sure it wasn't that?
No, that book too small.
Oh, well, that would be, because it would be volumes.
Thank you for.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, it would be put on the same kind of.
That's right.
Hey, y'all have a safe trip back.
Look,
Yeah.
thank y'all for coming.
Let us know y'all.
Y'all
made
made our
Oh, I'm
visit.
telling.
Mark, y'all be careful
This
going back,
piece of
cause it's gonna
furniture
be
out
colder
here,
y'all
what do you
way.
I know it. Thank you. You be careful too.
That goes with a big, beautiful chest. Do you need it?
I was gonna say, I'll take it before you get rid of it.
No, why don't you, if you'll take both pieces. There's a gorgeous chest of drawers back there. Those were Miss Willis's.
See, I can put them over in that little house.
Sophie, I don't wanna sell them, and I don't have, I let them, Reba have that. And
She
that's
don't
how
want
they,
it?
we still have room for it now.
Oh.
And she
Well, let
left
me
it.
see
for-
the chest. Cause I could put it over in that little house. They don't have any drawers over there.
Did you see that pretty mirror that goes with it?
No.
It's out there.
Oh, well, see, I just saw the, you know, Savannah gave away an old dresser. And nobody wanted it. Mary Ruth used it, and when Mary Ruth got tired of it, they was getting rid of it and brought it away and said, I'll take it. She took the mirror off of it and made a desk, and she did that, antiquing.
Yeah.
I could have killed Liddy in there. Barbara Jane wouldn't get rid of that. Where is it? I'm a-coming.
Look, that's Margaret's. Right there. This is the finest thing. Look at this drawer, just like brand new.
Yes.
3.
That's beautiful.
And
I'll buy it.
I would love for you to have it. But at some point, probably one of the children, maybe Alan, will have to come. Well, he's got furniture. And this I had wanted, and I don't want one piece to go without both pieces.
I know.
Because they were beautiful together. And
Well, see, that bed I've got over there don't have a headboard or anything.
Look,
Uh-huh.
but that was Miss Willis's. And now, if you wanted, and I love the glass on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
If you wanted to, you could change the knobs. But that was what came on it. And 2 twin beds. And I bought it for Randy and Alan from her when she broke up housekeeping in the country. It works perfectly.
And who did you say this belonged to? This over here?
That was Miss Arthur's.
That is
And they were
beautiful.
throwing that out. And
You
I
have got to be kidding.
No, if it looked old, it was out. And I had Jean to go down there in an old truck. I said, no way.
Yeah,
And
there's
pick
the
that up.
tables that goes with that.
And all
Because I
those,
can tell the hardware on it.
all those drawers are perfect. That goes with it. And I forgot about that. That would go with it. So it's 3 pieces. It had 2 twin beds, and that's all. So they fell down. You know, wood will
Oh,
split
yeah.
and wood.
Yeah.
And I gave them, well, they weren't completely ruined, but I gave them to a prisoner's wife who had
Yeah.
some children.
Yeah.
They were trying to get up some furniture.
Well, God, I'll get Kenneth up here. We'll get it.
I have been, and I do not want one piece to go without all
Yeah.
of it.
Well, see, I've got room in that little house.
Well,
You know
I
that.
did not know you did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Are
look,
you
so-
crocheting?
I can't crochet, that's Margaret's. And now what am I gonna do with it? Look what I found that Elsie threw away when they moved away.
Jesus have mercy.
And look what I put-
Valuable.
Look what I put in it. See, it didn't have anything.
You know, I
I
learned.
sold it.
I learned to crochet on this kind of thread. I
She's
taught
got a little
myself.
started.
I
Look,
taught
Sophie,
myself.
I cut a cereal box. Oh. See, it was nothing.
You know, I made Kendall Sue a little purses to match her dresses when I'd sew.
Yeah.
And I cut, oh, you're hot.
Well, I
Still got me.
said, I don't want to mess that up.
That's the end of the taping.